getting prepared doesn't have to break the bank. There are some incredible survival gear options available for under $50 that could literally make the difference between life and death. Today, I'm showing you 49 of the coolest survival gadgets, all under $50. Note that prices may vary depending on deals and promotions. Let's get started. When the sun drops in the backcountry, reliable light isn't optional. It's survival. The BioLite Range 300 is a featherweight headlamp weighing just 51 grams, yet it pushes out 300 lumens with a beam reaching 75 meters. What sets it apart for serious field use is its rapid recharge system. Just 8 minutes on a USB-C source delivers a full hour of high-power light. That's critical when you're moving fast in fading daylight or managing an emergency after dark. It carries an IP67 waterproof rating, so a sudden rainstorm or creek crossing won't take it out. The stepless dimming lets you dial brightness to exactly what the situation demands, and the pack lock prevents accidental battery drain between uses. For any prepper building a reliable go bag, this lightweight, tough, rapidly rechargeable headlamp earns a permanent spot. Processing wood efficiently in a survival situation conserves two resources you cannot afford to waste: time and energy. The Rex Betty folding saw features aggressive hardened steel teeth designed to cut on both the push and pull stroke, dramatically increasing efficiency compared to standard camp saws. The blade locks securely open during use for safe, controlled operation, then collapses into a compact, pocket-sized package that travels safely without snagging or creating a hazard in your pack. It handles green wood, dry timber, and dense hardwoods without losing its edge through extended use. With it, you can fell small trees for shelter construction, cut firewood to length, process branches for a wood-burning stove, and clear trail obstructions. Tasks a fixed blade alone makes exhausting. Compared to a hatchet, it produces clean, precise cuts with significantly less physical effort, preserving your stamina for everything else a survival situation demands. Lightweight, packable, and highly effective. Cooking food and boiling water for purification are daily survival necessities, and the Lixada titanium wood stove handles both without requiring you to carry fuel that can run out. It burns natural wood, sticks, twigs, pine cones, forest debris, whatever the environment provides. Titanium construction keeps the stove ultralight while delivering serious heat resistance and long-term durability. It folds completely flat for packing, assembles quickly without tools, and sets up in seconds even in poor conditions. The combustion chamber channels airflow efficiently, producing intense focused heat that boils water fast and cooks food thoroughly with a surprisingly small fuel load. That efficiency matters when you're operating in cold, wet conditions where a weak stove struggles to maintain a burn. When every ounce in your pack is justified by its value in the field, a wood-burning titanium stove eliminates an entire category of resupply dependency. And that's exactly the kind of gear preppers build around. Fire means warmth, purified water, cooked food, and a signal for rescue. Without it, survival timelines shorten fast. The Bayite fire starter is a heavy-duty ferrocerium rod built to produce fire when cheap lighters fail. At 4 inches long and 3/8 of an inch in diameter, it's one of the most substantial ferro rods in its class. A single firm scrape of the included steel striker throws a dense shower of sparks reaching around 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to catch tinder even in damp, windy conditions. The Paracord lanyard handle gives you a secure grip in cold or gloved hands. Unlike butane lighters that fail in cold temperatures or run dry, this rod has no fuel, no moving parts, and no electronics to break. It works in rain, wind, and high altitude without compromise. This is fire-starting gear that simply will not let you down. A fixed-blade survival knife is one of the most fundamental tools in any wilderness kit, and the Gerber Ultimate Fixed Blade is built for genuine field demands. Full-tang construction means the steel runs continuously from tip through the handle, delivering maximum strength for batoning wood, heavy cutting, and tasks that would destroy a folding knife under lateral pressure. The drop-point blade features a partial serrated edge, giving you clean slicing capability alongside aggressive cutting power. To mow for rope, cordage, and fibrous material. The textured rubberized grip maintains control in wet, muddy, or freezing conditions where smooth handles become dangerous. A fire-starting rod is integrated into the sheath alongside a whistle for emergency signaling, pairing multiple survival functions in one piece of kit. Whether processing game, building shelter, splitting kindling, or manufacturing field tools, this knife handles real survival demands with the reliability and durability that Gerber's fixed blade lineup is known for. When power is out, communications are down, and you're moving through unfamiliar terrain in total darkness, reliable light can be a life or death factor. GlowMind emergency glow sticks require zero power, zero batteries, and zero setup. Crack one, shake it, and you have instant chemical light lasting for hours. No switches, no charging, nothing to break. They're waterproof and perform in extreme temperatures, making them dependable where battery-powered devices degrade. Beyond basic illumination, the uses multiply fast in a real emergency, marking a trail for your group, signaling your position to rescue teams, designating a camp perimeter at night, or identifying medical supplies in a dark shelter. Each stick is individually sealed with an indefinite shelf life, so they're always ready when pulled from storage. At almost no weight, with near unlimited shelf stability, these glow sticks are one of the highest value, lowest cost additions to any serious emergency kit. Your pack carries everything keeping you alive in the field, so it needs to be built for real demands, not casual weekend hikes. The Wotany Military Tactical Backpack is constructed from heavy-duty ripstop fabric engineered to resist tears, abrasion, and moisture across harsh terrain and severe weather. The Moly webbing system covering the exterior allows you to attach pouches, medical kits, water bottles, and additional gear directly to the pack, building a fully customized loadout for your specific scenario. Multiple internal compartments provide organized, structured storage, so critical items are always exactly where you expect them, retrievable fast under stress. Padded shoulder straps and a contoured back panel distribute heavy loads properly across your body, which becomes essential when carrying a full survival kit over distance. For a bug-out bag, vehicle emergency kit, or long-distance wilderness pack, this is a platform engineered to carry what your life depends on. When a major disaster hits, hurricane, grid failure, wildfire evacuation, official communication infrastructure often collapses first. The EOC Smile emergency radio keeps you connected to life-saving information when everything else goes dark. It receives AM, FM, shortwave, and all 7 pre-programmed NOAA weather channels. The primary channels authorities use to issue evacuation orders, shelter-in-place directives, and emergency updates. What makes it genuinely field-ready is its 4 power options: solar panel charging, hand crank generation, AAA batteries, and USB input. That redundancy means you're never left without a working radio, regardless of what resources are available. A built-in LED flashlight and USB phone charging output further consolidate critical emergency functions into one compact unit. No technical expertise required. It operates simply and reliably under stress. For any prepper serious about maintaining situational awareness when the grid fails, an emergency radio is foundational gear, and this one covers every practical base. There are tasks in the wilderness that a knife simply cannot do, and that's exactly where the Gerber Gear Pack Hatchet earns its place. Processing firewood, splitting kindling, driving stakes, and clearing brush for a shelter site all require the cutting mass and leverage that only a hatchet delivers. The stainless steel head provides clean, powerful chopping strokes and holds a working edge through extended hard use. The glass-filled nylon handle gives you a secure non-slip grip in wet conditions and absorbs impact shock far better than traditional wood handles that crack under repeated stress. The included nylon sheath keeps the blade protected in your pack and makes belt carry clean and safe. Its compact size means it adds serious capability without significant weight penalty. When you're setting up camp, preparing fuel for a wood stove, or felling small trees for shelter construction, this hatchet turns hours of effort into minutes of work. Finding water in the wilderness is rarely the hard part. Making it safe to drink is. The Life Straw Peak Series Personal Water Filter removes 99.999999% of bacteria and 99.999% of protozoan parasites, including Giardia and Cryptosporidium, which are common in backcountry water sources across the United States. It also reduces microplastics and improves taste, turning creek water and stagnant puddles into genuinely drinkable water without chemicals or waiting. Rated for up to 1,000 gallons over its lifetime, a single filter can serve one person through years of emergency use. Operation is straightforward. Insert the straw directly into a water source and drink. No pumping, no batteries, no complicated setup. Lightweight and packable, it fits in any emergency kit with room to spare. For bug-out bags and vehicle emergency kits alike, this filter is one of the most critical pieces of survival gear you can own. Shelter is one of the first priorities when survival situations develop, and the Arcturus heavy-duty survival tarp is built to deliver it fast. This is a serious, reusable 3-layer tarp, not a flimsy disposable blanket. One side features a mylar reflective layer that reflects up to 90% of your body heat, keeping hypothermia at bay in freezing temperatures. Flip it over, and 2 layers of durable waterproof polypropylene handle rain and wind without breaking down. Reinforced grommets at every corner let you rig it as a lean-to, rainfly, or ground barrier in minutes, even with cold hands. The reflective side doubles as an emergency signal panel visible to aircraft and rescue teams. Weighing just 1.4 pounds and packing down small, this tarp is one of the most versatile, life-saving pieces of shelter gear you can carry in a bug-out bag. When weather turns brutal, conventional lighters often fail at exactly the moment you need fire most. The Alpcraft lighter solves this through a high-performance jet flame system that remains stable and windproof, even in heavy gusts that extinguish open flames instantly. Unlike disposable lighters that struggle in the cold, this model utilizes a high-quality refillable butane reservoir and a precision ignition system designed to perform at high altitudes and in freezing temperatures. Encased in a rugged, impact-resistant housing built to handle drops and rough handling in the field, it provides a powerful, concentrated heat source for lighting tinder in driving rain or damp conditions. As a reliable primary ignition source or a heavy-duty backup to a Ferro rod, the Alpcraft eliminates one of the most frustrating failure points in wilderness survival: trying to start a fire with gear that simply won't perform when conditions get hard. When the situation demands something more than a knife, but heavier tools aren't an option, The Oak-A-Knife Auticle. A1 delivers exactly the kind of multifunctional performance that experienced preppers understand. Built as a 4-in-1 system, it integrates a hatchet, a hammer, a pry bar, and a nail puller into a single full-tang construction crafted from 50 CR 15 MOV stainless steel, a material that balances sharpness, toughness, corrosion resistance, and resharpening ease in a way few field tools achieve. At 56 HRC on the Rockwell scale, the stone-washed blade takes and retains a working edge without becoming brittle under batoning or splitting loads. A finger hole on the cheek of the hatchet head provides a secondary grip position for detailed cutting and whittling tasks. The ergonomic G10 handle features a non-slip matrix texture that maintains control even in wet or cold conditions. The Kydex sheath snaps closed securely and attaches to a belt via an adjustable built-in clip, keeping this versatile tool on your person and ready at all times. Calories are currency in a survival scenario, and running out means your body starts consuming itself when you need it most. Mountain House freeze-dried meals solve the food problem with a level of quality and reliability that has made them the default choice of military special operations units, backcountry expeditions, and serious preppers for over 5 decades. The process is precise. Every meal is fully cooked with wholesome, all-natural ingredients. No artificial flavors, no preservatives. Then freeze-dried to lock in flavor and nutritional content. Just add water, and a hot, calorie-dense, genuinely palatable meal is ready in minutes. The packaging is equally critical. Both standard pouches and sealed metal cans carry an industry-leading 30-year taste guarantee, verified through independent real-world testing of meals stored over 3 decades. That means a case of Mountain House stored today remains mission-ready well into the next generation. Lightweight, compact, and requiring no refrigeration or special storage conditions, these meals are ideal for bug-out bags, vehicle kits, long-term food caches, and base camp resupply. When you cannot hunt, forage, or cook from scratch, Mountain House ensures you eat well and keep moving. When darkness falls in the wilderness, visibility is survival, and the Phoenix HM50R V2.0 delivers with a ferocity that belies its compact size. Weighing under 3 ounces, this titanium-framed rechargeable headlamp fires up to 700 lumens and throws a beam over 375 feet, powered by a Cree LED rated for 50,000 hours of life. 4 output levels give you precision control from a blazing turbo setting down to a 30-lumen low mode that stretches battery life to 42 hours. The IP68 waterproof rating and 2-meter drop resistance mean it survives stream crossings, mud, and impact without hesitation. A USB Type-C port charges the included 16340 lithium battery in 90 minutes. Integrated red light and red flash modes preserve night vision during camp tasks and double as emergency signaling tools. The unit detaches from its headband entirely, converting into a compact right-angle flashlight for hands-free work in tight or technical situations. When the power grid goes down and cell towers fall silent, your only lifeline to the outside world is radio. The Kaito KA500 Voyager is engineered specifically for that moment. It receives AM, FM, shortwave, and all 7 pre-programmed NOAA weather channels, broadcasting critical emergency alerts, storm warnings, and government communications in real time. What makes the KA500 truly prepper grade is its 5 independent power sources, a dynamo hand crank generator that works even without a battery installed, a 180-degree adjustable solar panel for direct sunlight or ambient light charging, a built-in replaceable NIMH battery, 3 AA batteries, and a USB input, No matter what the scenario, you will not be left without signal. Its rubberized, water-resistant housing protects the electronics against field conditions, while the 5 LED reading lamp hidden beneath the solar panel provides low-light utility at camp. A USB output port lets you use the hand crank or solar panel to charge a cell phone, transforming this radio into a mobile power source. Supplied to the U.S. Army, the United Nations, and the American Red Cross, the KA500 is battle-tested emergency communications gear trusted by the professionals who plan for the worst. Fire is not a luxury in the wilderness. It's a survival requirement. The Prepared 4X fire starter tool brings together premium ferrocerium rod, curved steel striker, and 36 inches of wax-infused hemp tinder rope in one patented all-in-one system that eliminates the fumbling and failure of using these components separately. The curved striker design guides sparks directly onto the frayed rope end, dramatically shortening time to flame even with cold, stiff hands in adverse conditions. The rope itself burns for over 3 hours of continuous use or across thousands of individual strikes, and it ignites reliably even after soaking overnight in rain, making it one of the most weatherproof tinder systems available. Compact aluminum housing protects the rope when not in use and allows flame control by adjusting the exposed wick length. Pull the wick back inside to extinguish instantly. For preppers, bushcrafters, and anyone building a kit that has to work when conditions are worst, this fire starter brings reliability to the one task where failure is not acceptable. Danger doesn't announce itself, and the Wayland neck knife stays ready when seconds matter. Resting close to your chest, it moves with your breath. Waiting for the moment cutting becomes survival. Rope snaps, food breaks down, traps reset, and threats meet cold steel without delay. Its slim profile disappears under clothing, yet the blade emerges fast, sharp, and decisive. Sweat, rain, or blood won't slow the grip when hands shake and adrenaline floods. In dense brush or tight spaces, long blades become liabilities. This knife thrives where precision keeps you alive. It's always there, never forgotten, never dropped. When balance breaks and panic creeps in, steel brings clarity. This neck knife isn't decoration, it's a silent guardian, hanging inches from your pulse, ready to defend life through control, speed, and ruthless simplicity. A warm meal in the wild is not just fuel, it is a victory over the elements. The Esbit Ultralight Folding Pocket Stove is the ultimate minimalist solution to this survival necessity, weighing almost nothing while providing a stable cooking platform. This Esbit stove is constructed from electrolytic galvanized steel, making it incredibly resistant to corrosion and heat stress during repeated use. Its simple, foldable design allows it to store its own solid fuel tablets inside, taking up no more room in your kit than a deck of cards. In a survival situation, the ability to boil water for purification or cook a meal without building a massive signature fire is a tactical advantage. The Esbit Pocket Stove is famously reliable because it has no moving parts to clog or break, ensuring that as long as you have a spark, you have the heat required to stay nourished and hydrated. Fire is shelter. Fire is warmth. Fire is the difference between a survivable night and one that isn't. The Titan Survival Choctaw fire rope is waxed jute tinder, the same fiber integrated into Titan's patented survivor cord used in U.S. Embassy survival kits around the world. Pull a few strands apart, fray the end into a bird's nest, strike it with a ferro rod, and you have a flame burning for 1 to 2 minutes, enough time to establish kindling even in wet, windy conditions. The paraffin infusion makes it wind-resistant and waterproof right out of the packaging, and it retains its ignition properties even after exposure to rain. No separate tinder required. No searching for dry bark under wet conditions. Just pull, fray, strike, and build. Choctaw is made by a combat veteran-owned company with a lifetime guarantee, and it belongs in every pack, bug-out bag, and vehicle kit where fire-starting reliability isn't optional. Sound carries when visibility fails, when radios are dead, and when your voice cannot reach. The Tessur Titanium Emergency Whistle is a 120 decibel P-less signal device machined from TY6AL4V titanium alloy, the same material class used in aerospace and surgical applications. At just 0.2 ounces and 47 millimeters in length, it fits on a keychain, a zipper pull, or a neck lanyard without perceptible weight. The P-less design eliminates the single point of failure in conventional whistles. No moving internal component to jam, freeze, corrode, or blow out under hard use. Titanium construction ensures the whistle remains non-toxic, fully corrosion-resistant, and functional in salt water, extreme cold, or high-humidity jungle environments where metal degradation destroys cheaper materials. Generating sound at 120 decibels with minimal breath effort, the Tessur projects a signal that penetrates wind noise, dense forest, and ambient disaster sound at ranges far exceeding the human voice. 3 short blasts is the internationally recognized distress signal, a protocol every prepper should have the tools to execute. In the most stripped-down survival kit, where space for gear is nearly zero, the Tessur titanium whistle delivers life-saving signaling capability that weighs less than a coin. In any prolonged wilderness emergency, water access becomes a life-or-death priority within hours, and the Water Drop Gravity Water Filter Straw is engineered to give you that access from virtually any freshwater source. Its 5-stage filtration system combines a 0.1 micron ultrafiltration membrane with premium coconut shell activated carbon to reduce bacteria, particulates, sediment, chlorine, and harmful odors, delivering clean, great-tasting water wherever you are. The included 1.5-gallon gravity-fed bag holds enough water to meet a full day's outdoor hydration needs and hangs from any branch or post for hands-free filtration. The straw weighs only 0.19 pounds, and its built-in backwash design keeps the filter clean without syringes or extra fittings, extending filtration capacity to 1,400 gallons per straw. Whether you're deep in the backcountry after a disaster event or managing water at a bug-out location, this system requires no power, no chemicals, and no complicated setup, only gravity and source water. Hand protection in wilderness and emergency environments is frequently underestimated until the moment an injury takes your hands out of the equation entirely. The 511 TacLite 4.0 gloves are engineered to maintain hand capability across a wide range of demanding tasks while preserving the dexterity necessary to operate gear, handle weapons, and execute fine motor tasks under pressure. The reinforced palm and finger zones protect against abrasion, heat, and the repeated mechanical stress of rope work, tool operation, and rough terrain movement. Despite the protection level, the glove profile remains thin enough to maintain tactile sensitivity, critical when manipulating small components, working medical gear, or handling firearm controls. The moisture-wicking interior prevents the discomfort and grip degradation that comes from sweaty hands during high-exertion movement. Whether you're working through a debris field, rappelling terrain, managing a fire, or moving fast through hostile environment, these gloves keep your hands operational and protected. when losing hand function simply isn't an option. Scandinavian knife making has been refined over more than a century, and the Maracniv companion is the direct result of that heritage. Produced in Mora, Sweden, a town with an unbroken tradition of bladesmithing since the 1600s, the companion is a fixed blade field knife with a 4.1-inch Sandvik 12C27 stainless steel blade, hardened to between 57 and 58 HRC for exceptional edge retention and corrosion resistance. The flat Scandinavian grind runs clean to the cutting edge without a secondary bevel, making it intuitive to sharpen in the field with minimal equipment. A high-friction rubber overlay handle maintains grip in rain, mud, blood, and cold, while the included plastic sheath snaps cleanly to any standard belt. In a survival context, the companion performs across the full range of essential tasks: carving fire-starting materials, preparing game and fish, processing cordage, notching shelter stakes, and fine woodwork. It is not a prying tool or a batoning axe. It is a precision cutting instrument that excels where most camp knives fall short. Lightweight, virtually indestructible at its size class, and carrying a manufacturer's limited lifetime warranty, the Maracniv companion earns its reputation as one of the most trusted blades in the wilderness survival world. The next tool, Mini Flagship, earns its place on your keychain by packing 10 functional tools into a 6.5 centimeter stainless steel body weighing just 79 grams. Needle nose pliers, regular pliers, soft wire cutters, a knife blade, Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, scissors with a patented neck scissors spring mechanism, a bottle opener, a can opener, and a nail file. All accessible from a form factor smaller than most multi-tools packaging. The spring-loaded plier and scissor mechanism makes one-handed operation smooth and consistent, even with cold hands or gloves on. It attaches directly to a keychain or lanyard, meaning it's always present whether you're in the field or in the city. For preppers building lightweight EDC systems, the next tool, Mini Flagship, represents what this class of tool should look like. Compact enough to carry without thinking about it, capable enough to actually solve problems when they appear. Insects are more than a discomfort in a survival situation. In certain environments, they're a genuine threat that compromises sleep, increases stress, and opens the door to vector-borne illness over extended exposure. The Flex-Tail rechargeable tiny mosquito repeller addresses this without insecticide sprays, sticky coils, or flame. It uses silent, fan-driven repellent dispersion that creates a protective perimeter around your immediate area. Ultralight and compact, it clips to gear, hangs from a tent, or sits on a flat surface at camp, operating quietly without drawing attention, or creating combustion risk near fuel or dry vegetation. USB, rechargeable with a long battery life. It's designed for backpacking, camping, and extended field operations where resupply isn't an option. For preppers establishing base camps, setting up overnight observation posts, or simply trying to maintain operational effectiveness in high insect environments, this small device removes one persistent, draining threat from the equation without adding meaningful weight or complexity to your kit. At first glance, the MODL Infinity Tool 2.0 looks deceivingly simple. A food-grade platinum silicone strap with a stainless steel stud link closure. But in the field, its utility becomes immediately apparent and almost difficult to stop discovering. Each strap holds 70 pounds of pull strength per wrap, with strength multiplying as you add more wraps. 3 wraps deliver 210 pounds. The modular design lets you link multiple straps together for larger applications, compatible with MOLLE webbing, D-rings, carabiners, and pack attachment points. At just 18 grams for the 8-inch version, it lives on your wrist and never gets left behind. In wilderness and prepper scenarios, it functions as a reusable zip tie, emergency gear cinch, broken strap replacement, bear bag hang line, tent repair solution, and makeshift sternum strap. The 2.0 update introduced an upgraded stud link and the hook stud for bungee cord style applications. Straightforward to use, silent, weatherproof, and infinitely configurable, this small tool punches far beyond its size. Survival isn't about luck, it's about the reliability of what's in your hands. The Gerber Bushcraft saw is engineered for those who turn raw wilderness into workable shelter and fire. Designed with precision and durability in mind, this saw uses a triple ground blade that slices through wood with minimal effort and maximum efficiency. Whether you're trimming branches, processing firewood, or shaping materials for bushcraft projects, the Gerber Bushcraft saw delivers clean, confident cuts every time. Its folding design makes it safe and compact, while the textured grip ensures stability even in rain or cold. The tension locking system keeps the blade firm and accurate, preventing wobble during tough cutting tasks. Built for long outdoor missions and survival scenarios, this tool allows you to work quickly and conserve energy, something crucial when nature challenges your endurance. For campers, bushcrafters, and serious survivalists, this saw is the perfect combination of strength and portability. When injury strikes in a remote environment, having the right medical supplies on hand can determine whether a situation is managed or catastrophic. The Thrive Mini First Aid Kit packs 66 hospital-grade medical components into a compact shell case constructed from 600D polyester nylon, a hard-wearing, weather-resistant material built for rough conditions. At just 0.3 pounds and measuring under 5 inches in length, it fits in a pants pocket, attaches to a pack via integrated carabiner, or disappears into any bug-out bag without taking up meaningful space. Contents include adhesive bandages in multiple sizes, antiseptic wipes, alcohol pads, gauze pads, burn dressings, gloves, scissors, safety pins, tweezers, a triangular bandage, and a detailed 19-page emergency reference guide covering wounds, burns, stings, CPR, and shock treatment. Manufactured in an FDA-registered facility and compliant with ANSI and OSHA standards, this is a compact medical asset that brings professional-grade preparedness to every mission, regardless of how remote the terrain. Water is the driving force of all nature, but in the wild, it can also be your greatest threat. The Life Straw Go series bottle revolutionizes hydration by integrating professional-grade filtration into a durable, BPA-free everyday container. This Life Straw system is a vital piece of survival gear, utilizing a 2-stage filter that removes 99.99% of bacteria, parasites, and microplastics from contaminated sources. As you draw water through the straw, the hollow fiber membrane ensures every sip is safe, while the carbon filter reduces chlorine and improves taste. In a survival scenario where clean water is scarce, the Life Straw Go series allows you to scoop water directly from streams or ponds and drink immediately. With its sleek Icelandic blue design and leak-proof lid, it balances tactical necessity with daily convenience, ensuring that life-saving filtration is always within arm's reach when you are off the grid. Fire is the heart of every campsite, and starting it should never be left to chance. The ProCampTech Fire Strip Roll ensures that your heart stays warm with a weatherproof, high-performance tinder that ignites in seconds. This ProCampTech survival gear essentially consists of 55 feet of wax-infused fiber that is designed to catch a spark even in the most torrential rain or freezing wind. Unlike standard tinder, you can pull off exactly as much as you need, making it a highly efficient and long-lasting addition to your fire-starting kit. Its ability to burn slowly and hot provides the consistent heat required to ignite damp wood, which is often the difference between a cold night and a comfortable camp. Lightweight and compact, the fire strip roll is the definitive insurance policy for any survivalist, ensuring that you have the power to create life-saving warmth whenever and wherever you need it. In an off-grid survival scenario, a dead phone or GPS unit can mean the loss of critical navigation, communication, and emergency resources. And the dual-POW solar charger is designed to keep that from happening. Its massive 30,000 mAh lithium battery is capable of charging a smartphone multiple times over, with dual USB output ports, allowing simultaneous charging of two devices. A small integrated solar panel provides an emergency top-up option when traditional power is unavailable, and a rugged silicone-edged housing offers meaningful protection against shock, dust, and the kind of rough handling that field conditions demand. A multi-mode LED flashlight built into the base includes steady, strobe, and SOS modes, adding an additional layer of emergency signaling capability. A hanging hook enables attachment to a pack, backpack exterior, or shelter structure for continuous solar harvesting throughout the day. For preppers and survivalists who depend on electronics for navigation and communication, this device provides redundant, sun-fed power security when the grid is gone. When weight limits force you to choose a single tool for an entire range of unknown field tasks, a quality multi-tool isn't a convenience, it's a survival mandate. The Geary-itis multi-tool knife delivers 17 integrated functions in a compact, heavy-duty stainless steel body engineered for corrosion resistance and abrasion resistance through extended outdoor use. The toolset covers critical survival and repair scenarios in a single package: a knife blade, a saw, needle nose, and pipe pliers with wire cutters, a small axe head, a hammer, multiple screwdriver bits with a recessed storage tray, a bottle opener, a fire starter, a whistle, and a window breaker. It is the combination of axe, saw, and integrated ferro rod that elevates this multi-tool above standard camp utility gear. In a single device, you have the capability to process shelter materials, start a fire, signal for rescue, cut through vehicle glass in an entrapment scenario, and carry out field repairs on damaged equipment. A nylon belt sheath with a secure snap closure keeps the tool accessible without additional hardware. Whether secured to a bug-out bag, a belt, or a vehicle emergency kit, the Geary-itis multi-tool compresses an entire emergency toolkit into the space of a closed fist. The Leighton hand crank emergency radio becomes one of the most critical pieces of gear in your entire kit. This multi-power unit pulls in AM, FM, and all 7 NOAA weather stations, giving you real-time alerts on incoming storms, flooding, wildfires, and other fast-developing threats. It charges via solar panel, hand crank, USB-C, or its built-in rechargeable battery, so power is never truly out of reach. A 10,000 mAh battery doubles as a phone charger, letting you keep communication devices live when everything around you is failing. The SOS alarm triggers a loud siren and flashing red light for visual and audio emergency signaling. A 3-watt LED flashlight and built-in reading lamp extend its utility well past sundown. Whether you're riding out a hurricane, cut off by a wildfire evacuation, or sheltering through a blizzard, This radio keeps one vital thing alive: your connection to critical information. When your kit has to be light and your margin for error has to be zero, the SOL Phoenix Multi-Purpose Survival Tool earns its place as a single compact unit that handles several of the most critical survival functions. Built into one rugged body is a 100-lumen LED flashlight, a loud emergency whistle, a fire-starting ferrocerium rod, a signal mirror, and a cutting blade. Everything you'd need to signal rescuers, light your way, and start a fire in one grab. The whistle is rated to carry over long distances. The flashlight provides usable illumination for navigation and camp tasks, and the ferro rod produces hot sparks reliable in wet and windy conditions. SOL has been equipping survival kits for decades, and the Phoenix represents their philosophy of maximum capability in minimum space. Whether it's clipped to the outside of a day pack or tucked into a jacket pocket, this is the kind of multifunction tool that turns a bad situation in the wilderness into a manageable one. Fire is the difference between a cold night and a warm morning. So never trust your life to a single spark. The Survive Permanent Match provides a reusable, waterproof solution to fire starting that outlasts thousands of standard wooden matches. This Survive tool features a flint-striking rod and a wick-tipped striker that, when dipped in lighter fluid, creates a long-lasting flame that stays lit even in windy conditions. Built with a rugged, keychain-compatible housing, this survival gear essential is designed to withstand the pressure of extreme outdoor use without leaking or breaking. In a survival situation, the ability to strike a match over 10,000 times ensures you have a consistent way to ignite tinder, boil water, or signal for help. The Survive Permanent Match is the perfect backup for your primary lighter, ensuring that as long as you have this tool, you have the power to create heat. Chaos hits, and the Blue Cooler's Blue 72 Survival Kit is your lifeline in the storm. Packed with essentials for injury, fire, shelter, and sustenance, it turns unprepared wilderness into manageable risk. Every tool, bandage, and utility piece is arranged for instant access. No fumbling, no wasted seconds when adrenaline spikes. Compact yet comprehensive, the kit endures harsh environments. Cold, rain, or jagged terrain won't crush its contents. Need first aid while hiking cliffs? Shelter in the middle of a windstorm? Fire or signaling in the dead of night? Every item delivers reliability under pressure. Survival isn't about luck, it's about preparation. With this kit, you take chaos by the throat, turning danger into opportunity. When disaster strikes, your mission, health, and life remain firmly in your hands. Silent Strike and Tactical Utility Refined define this compact fixed blade, engineered as a covert operator's ultimate backup. It balances structural resilience with concealability, relying on a full-tang design that is disproportionately tough for its size. To ensure a secure hold under stress, it features aggressive jimping and distinctive dual finger holes that accommodate multiple grip styles. The blade utilizes hardened stainless steel with a satin finish to reduce glare and resist corrosion. Its stout sheepsfoot geometry prevents snagging, while the thick stock and reinforced point handle prying tasks without flex. A low-profile, hard-molded sheath supports neck, belt, or boot carry for rapid one-handed deployment. Purpose-built as discrete mission hardware, this tool is dependable and unobtrusive. It remains brutally efficient when immediate access and close-quarters precision are absolute requirements. Matches fail. Lighters run dry or malfunction in wind and cold. A ferrocerium fire-starting rod operates on pure physics. It works because it has to. The InstaFire Ferro rod is an oversized ferrocerium rod measuring a full ½ inch in diameter and 5 inches in length, designed to generate a massive shower of white-hot sparks reaching temperatures between 3,000 and 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That level of heat ignites virtually any combustible tinder, dry leaves, fat wood shavings, char cloth, or commercial fire starters. Even under wet conditions, in high-altitude environments, and in sustained winds. The extra diameter means more material per strike, a longer operational lifespan, and easier handling with gloves or cold, wet hands. Unlike matches and lighters, there is no fuel to evaporate, no ignition mechanism to corrode, and no flame to extinguish before it starts. A durable Paracord lanyard integrates the rod into your gear system and doubles as cordage in an emergency. Fire in the wilderness is not a comfort item. It is survival infrastructure for warmth, signaling, water purification, and cooking. In every scenario where other ignition methods fail, the InstaFire Ferro rod remains the last reliable option standing. When every gram in your loadout is scrutinized and pocket space is a premium, the tools that earn their place are the ones that do the most with the least. The true utility fish face is an 18-in-1 micro multi-tool machined from black titanium-coated stainless steel, a material combination that delivers corrosion resistance and structural durability in a form factor nearly identical to a standard house key. Its function set covers a surprisingly broad range of field utility: 3 Phillips drivers, 3 flat drivers, 4 wrenches, a 1/4-inch hex drive, a bicycle spoke spanner, a pry bar, a file, a nail cleaner, a bottle opener, a box opener, and a flight safe cutter, all integrated into a tool weighing just 20 grams. Attached to a keyring and always on your person, the fish face ensures that even the most stripped-down survival kit never lacks the means to tighten, pry, cut, or improvise when conditions demand a solution, and the wrong tool, or no tool at all, is not an option. When matches fail and lighters die, the ProCampTech solid brass sparker keeps fire alive. One hard strike throws a violent shower of sparks, hot enough to ignite tinder fast under pressure. Brass construction shrugs off moisture, cold, and abuse, staying dependable when survival turns physical. No fuel leaks, no moving parts to fail, just steel-on-rod reliability that works again and again. In storms, exhaustion, or emergencies, this sparker delivers flame without hesitation. Compact and rugged, it belongs in every survival kit where fire equals warmth, water safety, and food. Each strike restores control in moments when panic creeps close. Fire isn't comfort, it's leverage against the environment. When weather strips away convenience and leaves only fundamentals, this sparker answers with raw sparks and certainty, keeping flame possible when everything else quits and survival demands immediate action. When you're processing food, building shelter, preparing cordage, or facing any of the dozens of cutting tasks a field situation generates, the blade in your hand determines how well and how fast those tasks get done. The Flissa Survival Hunting Knife is built from high-carbon stainless steel with a full-tang construction, full-length serrations on the spine, and a textured non-slip grip that stays secure in wet or dirty conditions. The blade geometry handles a range of tasks, from skinning and quartering game to batoning through wood, and the included sharpening rod means you can restore the edge in the field without additional equipment. A built-in fire starter integrated into the sheath adds another layer of survivability. The Paracord wrapped handle section gives you emergency cordage attached directly to the blade. This is not a display knife. Every feature on the Flissa is functional. For serious bushcrafters, hunters, and preppers building field kits that perform across multiple scenarios, this blade earns its place as a primary cutting tool. Temperature management is one of the first things that kills in a wilderness emergency. The Titan Survival Emergency Sleeping Bag addresses that threat with a compact, high-performance design built from heavy-duty mylar that reflects up to 90% of your body heat back to you. Unlike fragile foil blankets that tear after one use, this bag is engineered for durability, with reinforced construction that holds up in rough environments and can be reused across multiple situations. It packs down to the size of a fist, fitting easily in a jacket pocket or the outer pouch of a bug-out bag. Whether you've lost your tent in a storm, pushed too far into the mountains before sunset, or need to shelter an injured person from dropping temperatures, this sleeping bag provides a critical layer of thermal protection when conventional gear isn't available. Rated for extreme cold performance, it's the kind of insurance no overnight pack should leave home without. Survival depends on water. Compromise isn't an option. The B-Grit Military Canteen Kit is engineered for tactical professionals, military personnel, and outdoor enthusiasts who require dependable hydration in any environment. Constructed from high-quality aluminum and stainless steel, it resists impact, scratches, and heat while remaining lightweight for easy transport. Foldable design allows compact storage in backpacks, belts, or MOLLE pouches, and its ergonomic handle ensures ease of use in the field. Beyond hydration, the canteen can serve for boiling water, cooking, or emergency uses, enhancing operational flexibility. Durable, versatile, and efficient, this kit supports extended missions, survival excursions, and tactical deployments. The B-Grit Military Canteen Kit ensures operators can stay hydrated, alert, and mission-ready, transforming a simple water container into a critical field asset. In tactical operations, sustained endurance depends on water. This kit provides a portable, reliable solution wherever missions demand it. Few survival tools carry as much functional versatility per ounce as 550 Paracord, and the TCM Type 3 Paracord 550 is built to military specification. Manufactured in compliance with MYL Spec C 5040H, each strand combines a 32 interwoven strand nylon sheath over a core of 7 yarns, each twisted from 3 nylon fibers, producing a minimum tensile strength of 550 pounds in a 4 mm diameter cord that weighs almost nothing in a pack. The 100% nylon construction is UV resistant, fade resistant, and engineered to maintain performance through rain, snow, extreme temperatures, and extended field exposure. In a survival situation, Paracord's applications are effectively unlimited, lashing shelter frames, rigging hammocks and tarps, fashioning traps and snares, creating improvised tourniquets and splints, constructing pack straps, hanging bear caches, binding gear, and replacing boot laces or buckles on damaged equipment. The inner core strands can be separated for finer detail tasks, including fishing line, thread for gear repair, and tinder material. TCM's cord is available in lengths from 50 to 1,000 feet, making it scalable for everything from a basic bug-out bag loadout to a full base camp supply cache. This is the one material in your kit that you will use before the emergency even ends. The Titan Survival Emergency Survival Blankets confront that threat with heavy-duty, aerospace-grade mylar that reflects up to 90% of radiated body heat. Where typical emergency blankets shred at the first sign of wind, Titans are engineered for actual reuse, reinforced, thicker, and designed to hold up in the kind of rough handling a real emergency demands. They're large enough to wrap a full adult securely, or be improvised as a ground cover, shelter material, or signaling device. The reflective surface is bright enough to serve as a visual distress signal visible to aircraft at significant distances. Cold weather preppers, backcountry hunters, and anyone spending time in elevation where weather changes fast should treat these as essential kit. They weigh almost nothing, fold flat, and take up no meaningful space. The kind of gear that costs you nothing to carry and everything not to have. In a prolonged grid-down situation, keeping your communication and navigation devices charged could directly impact your survival outcome. The Blavor Solar Power Bank holds 10,000 milliamp hours, enough to recharge most smartphones multiple times, while the integrated solar panel slowly restores capacity using sunlight, creating a partially self-sustaining power source. For preppers, the dual input capability is the defining feature. Charge it fully before a disaster using a standard outlet, then extend that power over days and weeks using solar when the grid is gone. The IP67 rated housing is waterproof and drop-resistant, built for rough handling in real emergency conditions. A built-in LED flashlight and compass add further utility without extra weight. Whether you're keeping a GPS running, powering a satellite messenger, or maintaining an emergency radio, the Blavor Solar Power Bank gives your critical electronics a fighting chance when infrastructure has completely failed. In the wilderness, injuries don't wait for convenient timing, and professional medical help could be hours or days away. The VRI-EXXSD Mini First Aid Kit is a compact, water-resistant kit designed to manage the injuries most likely to occur in field and emergency survival scenarios: wound care, blister treatment, basic trauma response, and pain management. The compact form factor is intentional. This kit belongs on your person, not buried at the bottom of your pack where it's useless in a fast-moving situation. Organized internal compartments let you locate exactly what you need quickly, under stress, without dumping everything out. For preppers, supplementing this kit with a tourniquet and hemostatic gauze is a smart upgrade for serious trauma readiness. But as an everyday carry first aid solution covering the most common field injuries in a genuinely pocketable package, the VRI-EXXSD delivers practical, accessible medical coverage wherever your kit goes. Your hands are your most critical survival asset, and in a wilderness emergency, they take serious punishment. The mechanics wear M-Pact tactical gloves are engineered to protect them without sacrificing the dexterity you need to work. Thermoplastic rubber knuckle guards meet EN 13594 impact standards, absorbing blunt force from rocks, tools, and rough terrain. D30 palm padding dissipates shock and vibration during extended chopping, hauling, and building tasks. Dual-layer fingertip reinforcement protects the thumb and index finger, the two that take the hardest abuse in fieldwork. The breathable Trek-Dry material prevents overheating during heavy labor, while Armortex palm reinforcement handles serious abrasion. Whether you're clearing brush, handling a blade, running paracord, or pushing through dense terrain for hours, these gloves keep your hands functional and protected. When losing hand capability in the field simply isn't an option. And there you have it, 49 of the coolest survival gear and gadgets, all under $50. As you can see, being prepared doesn't have to cost a fortune. Even on a budget, you can build a solid survival kit that could save your life when it matters most. Remember, Prices may vary depending on promotions and availability, so grab them while you can. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more survival and prepper content. Stay prepared, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.